The federal government has concluded plans to eliminate wasteful spending during the forthcoming United Nations Conference on Climate Change, COP29, coming up between November 11 to 22 in Baku, Azerbaijan. Addressing State House correspondent Tuesday afternoon, Special Advisor on Media and Publicity and Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, Ajuri Ngelale, said following the outcry of Nigerians on the size of the country's delegations to COP23 in Dubai, President Bola Tinubu has ordered an elaborate audit of the overall number of sponsored delegates with a view to cutting down the cost of governance. Ngelale hinted that Mr. President had directed that only delegates with specific economic engagement will be captured in a designated portal for the forthcoming COP29 conference.
Nigerians would recall that as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the federal government of Nigeria's delegation to COP28 in Dubai, UAE, last year, there were some elements of outcry concerning the size of the delegation. There was some deliberate misinformation, but the truth of the matter is we also found that there were government officials who had no business at that meeting, and some with significant delegations. And in view of this, His Excellency President Bola Tinubu had approved an audit to be undertaken of that exercise to fully understand and ascertain what happened and what must be done to ensure that what happened never repeats itself in this country. And as a result of that, an exercise has been concluded detailing exactly what the expenditure profile was of COP28 with a view to ensuring that we implement measures that would ensure that whatever is spent ahead of COP29 has a function that will lead to the economic empowerment of our people and the economic development of our nation.
Also, ahead of the conference on climate change, the federal government is bent on collapsing all the country's major events at the conference in a way that there won't be any need for wasteful acquisition of showcase platforms, which cost about $500,000.
Ahead of COP29, we have resolved and concluded that there will be no showcase pavilion as part of the federal government of Nigeria's cost reduction efforts. We recognize that what can be achieved in a showcase pavilion can be achieved in a far more economically efficient mode by effectively utilizing the delegation office that is on site within the conference complex, and this we will do. We have found that by taking that option, the nearly $500,000 showcase pavilion that was purchased for last year's COP28 will no longer be an item of expenditure in COP29. In addition, the delegates' office that we will be using to conduct bilateral meetings and other meetings that otherwise would have been conducted in the showcase pavilion, we will be conducting in the delegates' office that will cost less than 10% of the cost of the showcase pavilion.
Meanwhile, the directive of President Tinubu is aimed at saving the country unnecessary expenses amounting to more than 11 billion naira. The federal government